What up, it's your boy Dvrth back at it again with another video, and today we're here with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean episode 34. Last episode was mind-bending. Poochie's new stand has finally been awakened, and it is demonic. It is a very strong stand. I was completely wrong. Well, yeah, I was completely wrong about what the stand would be, but there's more to it, I think, but we'll see what exactly is going on with Poochie stand. It was an incredible episode. It absolutely broke me. It left me speechless in more ways than one, just by it all of what was happening and themes of what was happening and stuff like that. But also, I couldn't bring myself to understand what was going on. So really great stuff that happened last episode. However, we are in some dire straits here. I believe last we left off, Jolene was attacked by Poochie's new stand, and it whatever it did, it like turned her hand inside out, and it was disgusting. I'm not sure how I don't know what to do. That's the crazy thing about where we're at in this show. I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know how they solve this, because in reality he's already won. So I guess we'll just see. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, all the other stuff. You're just a lurker, I appreciate you too. If you have any requests, whether it be more JoJo's Bizarre Adventure or something totally different, the best place in that in, it's always my social media links going to be in the description below. And if you want these episodes early and you can't wait for the next episode, links going to be in the description for my Patreon. We always have the full-length reaction and to these episodes, and also the next episode early, or the next early. You get it, we're a week ahead on here. Jesus fucking Christ, I suck at shilling. But we have the Patreon, and we have a Discord if you want to talk more JoJo or whatever else we're watching on the channel, because we watch other anime outside of JoJo, of course. So with all that being said, let's get our headphones, make sure they're on, them bitches is on, and let's just get into it. The name of the episode had something to do with the moon, so maybe we're about to get something to do with that. I usually try not to look at the name of the episode, but maybe this is it. This might be it. Spark carries hopes. It can at least feel power is inside of JoJo's place, Northland Lat. Oh, okay, interesting. Heaven will be in Florida. I have so much to say about that. Well, who knows if I have so much to say about that, because I might just stump myself again. Oh fuck, I forgot that happened. Jesus Christ. Here he goes with his sexy ass shoes. Oh my god. Why does your stand have some fucking damn Da Vinci on? I keep saying this, but I just have to drive this point home that I genuinely believe that there's nothing that we can do. Like, I get it. This is a show. This is an anime. The good guys usually have to win, right? In some way, shape, or form, right? So at least that meta perspective of it gives me some type of hope. But like in reality, in this show, like if I were one of the gang, right? If I were one of the Joe Bros, we would be fucked. Like, if they asked me, yo, Dvrth, what are we doing? Nigga, what? What are we doing? I'm asking you, because I don't fucking know. Like, I genuinely believe that it's raps. So I don't know what you do in this situation. It's really bad. It's really, really bad. Ooh, fuck, nigga. Sea Moon? Isn't that the fuck? Isn't that the Paul McCartney song? Is that the name of your stand? Your stand names? Your stand's named after? Oh my fucking god, nigga! Oh fuck! Oh. Ooh, okay. Oh, horny! What the fuck? Back up, nigga! Do not let that thing touch you. Do not let that thing touch you. Oh, his shoe went oh my god. Oh, what the fuck? Her hair. Oh my god. Gravity attracts some matter towards the center. Yeah. That is cosmic law. Like that. That's something to think about. That is cosmic law. That isn't. It just turns inside. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, that's crazy. Oh fuck. Oh, okay, hands. What the fuck is going on? Oh, that's fucking horny. No. Maybe that only counts as her clothes. No, that's her fucking leg. What the fuck? How? Oh. 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 Oh, what? Hey, yeah. This is so fucking horny. Oh, this is so crazy, bro. Is she using like, what is she using? Like, so she flipped it inside out. Oh, this is so fucking cool. She flipped it inside out, but like she just sewed it back, and that's crazy. Oh, damn. Oh, motherfucker. Killer Queen has already touched this. That's crazy. Oh, is it remote? Yeah, it's remote. Oh shit. Yes, it's a remote control. That is insane. Oh my god. Oh, that is sick. How much better can this fucking stand get? Ooh, look, is that him? What the fuck? Is that him right there? Ooh. Oh, holy shit. Wow, this fucking stand is incredible. Pussy ass nigga. This shit is so hard. Oh, that's cool. His stand is the green baby, but it's like just covered around I was about to call him King Crimson, but it's covered around White Snake. Oh, that's so cool. Strength to break free. Oh fuck. This is a good play though. This is great. We can't do this. Yep. Yeah, you have to. We have to. Oh no. No way. She's already in it. Yeah. Fuck it. What the fuck? Sea Moon? Yes, okay, so it is Sea Moon. It's a Paul McCartney song. What the fuck? That is crazy. Like, it does show you like scale and how serious this is that they're sending in military. You never send, like, shows never send in the military because the military is gonna do something. It's usually just to show you, oh, this is serious shit. So this is serious shit. The Coast Guard's here. Jesus Christ, you're dead. Yeah, you're dead. Fuck. Oh my god. Do you know how fucking terrifying this is? Let's go. Huh? No way. Shit. Eat it. Fuck it. You just got it. Okay. Yup. We in there. Oh my god, Ansui! Ansui! Oh, dude! Ansui! Real nigga shit! Real nigga shit, Ansui! What the fuck? To achieve happiness, humans must bear a curse. Wow. So, you can't. Never mind. I was gonna say, you know, that also makes sense why what's his name? Weather Report was so happy. He had to bear a curse. He was born cursed, right? Pussy ass nigga. Oh my god. I guess it makes sense that you wouldn't be able to hit the center of all gravity. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you can't hit the center of all gravity. Oh, it makes so much sense. Yeah. But inversely, Seamoon wouldn't be able to do well, I don't think it's hang on. Does Seamoon do damage when he hits somebody? I don't think he does. I think he just inverts yourself. Shit, man. Oh shit! You already did. Yeah, it doesn't do damage when he hits him. Yeah, that's crazy. Because it doesn't need to do damage. Oh, that's insane. Oh shit! Her heart was turned, reversing blood flow to her brain. What the f— oh my god. How do we get out of this? How do we get out of this? How do we get out of this? Start thinking. How the fuck do we get out of this? Please. Think about it. Think. How would you get out of this? How would you get out of this? No. No way. You get out of this somehow. Nigga. Hello. Hello. I mean, how'd you get out of this? Oh! Oh! I'm going. Oh! Oh! Bro! Bro! What? Whoa. I mean, here's the thing. You are inversing you did inverse her heart. There are technically and very technically ways that she could have gotten out of this. Technically. Holy shit. Oh my god, that was a fucking fire. That was fire. Yes, I want to watch the fucking credits. Oh, that was fire. Oh, the fight was fucking flames. I thought she was dead. I genuinely thought she was dead. I was so afraid. I was like, bro, everything is fucked. Like it's over. Everything just feels like so drenched with despair. Like if she would have died there, I would not have been surprised. I thought she was dead. Like I genuinely thought she was dead. Oh, so scared. I was so fucking scared. Holy shit. My heart stopped. My heart stopped when she got hit and started coughing up blood and shit. Bro, it's part, or it's episode 30, was it 34? Nigga, oh my god. Oh my god. That's insane. That insane. Insane. My fucking god, that is insane. Okay. Yes, I do not. Yep, okay. Whoa, that was a fire fucking episode. That episode was fire. Oh my god. Okay. So first off, this was really okay. This was really fucking good. First, I'll talk about this. The sense of despair, and failure that at least I feel at this point in the show, palpable. I am. It is so thick in the air for this part of the show. It is like it genuinely feels like there is nothing that we can do, right? Like it feels like we can still fight, but we will still eventually lose. And throughout these episodes, there has constantly, I mean constantly, been this air of, yeah, you probably won't make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and JoJo has been notorious for being able to kill off characters, even like main characters can die, right? So the fact that JoJo as a franchise, as a show, has set up the fear of losing people so well that when somebody does die, when somebody is in dire straits, when somebody is in trouble like they are in this situation, you are genuinely afraid that one or more of them could lose their life here. Now, of course, there are ways to metagame or around that, and you know, just thinking like, oh well, it's only episode whatever, or well, we've only met this person just now, or something to that effect. Like, yeah, there will always be ways to metagame a show, but just looking at face value, what we are getting here in this show, it is so real when a character's life is in danger. Your mind is racing, right? And I can't even imagine what people were like thinking when they read the manga, or at least back when I hadn't watched parts 1 through 5. You know, when people that were just now for the first time like watching the show and stuff like that, which I was one of those people, so I mean, I guess I do know, but like it's so interesting. It's funny, I was just about to say it makes me understand why people of course I understand why, but it further makes me understand why people watch reactions like this, because your first reaction to seeing somebody possibly die is fucking traumatic, and this show just does it so well. So the show is doing a fantastic job of not just setting up, well, the show has done a fantastic job of not just setting up Poochie to be the end all be all, but be a very proficient and terrifying end all be all. He is very good at what he does. He is very smart, and he is very powerful. And that is a fucking problem. That is a problem. Now, the fight itself was done really well. the choreography of the fight and stuff like that. I won't harp on it too much because I've said this a million times and I don't want to bore you with it. But the fight choreography was done really well. We don't usually get hand-to-hand combat, like actual hand-to-hand combat in JoJo. It's usually just like your usual like flurry of punches and stuff like that. But it absolutely makes up for it in like the cerebral point or part of the fight. So usually when you get fights like this that are very focused in and honed in on like not the martial arts of it, but the actual fight, I guess you could say, it's always great to see. JoJo just does both the cerebral and the martial parts of a fight really well, and sometimes they'll do both at the same time, and it is fantastic. Very good fight. I mean, just really well done. This is probably going to be one of those fights where when I look back at it, I'll be like, yeah, this is probably like one of my favorite fights. But yeah, really well done. Stan's name, Sea Moon. I've said it like 3 times now in this episode, but this has not much to do with the show. I mean, it doesn't have much to do with like the discussion, stuff like that, but I just want to point out how insane it is that heaven will be opened up in Florida by heaven will be opened up in Florida by a black man who owns a spirit ghost that goes by the name of a Paul McCartney song. When you say that out loud, when you say it out loud, right? That heaven will be opened up in Florida by a black man priest that owns a fighting spirit that is named after a Paul McCartney song. Tell that to somebody that does not know what goes on. Like, tell that to somebody that's never seen JoJo. I guarantee you they will not understand what the fuck you just said. So it's great. I really like on the topic of fuck, I already forgot the name of the Sea Moon. Fuck, Paul McCartney. On the topic of Sea Moon, it is very scary. It is very terrifying, and the idea of it punching something or touching something and it inverting whatever it touches is extremely scary. But here's where I gotta get in. Here's where I gotta get into the meat and potatoes of this discussion, right? Towards the end there, we had a fantastic reveal that Jotaro is up, he is on the way, and he is ready, Freddy. He is coming to help. But like I said, this show has set up Poochie to be the end all be all so well. They have set up Poochie to be terrifying, just the scariest thing in the show so far, at least, so well. And here's why Jotaro's return doesn't exactly make me as happy as it should. Here's why. Because Jotaro has the ability to stop time. That is an incredibly busted stand. That stand is so fucking like strong that people in parts before were afraid to fight Jotaro. They were like, no, get him out of the fight, right? But it doesn't matter. Him coming back does not matter, because what the idea of what Pucci's stand does completely trumps Jotaro's stand. It does, right? Like there's no stopping it, right? You would think, oh shit, Jotaro's coming, he can stop time, it's cool. When you got Jotaro, Emporio, Ansui, Hermes, hopefully when if she comes back, and Jolene, and we'll get on Jolene in a second, because we'll get on Jolie in a second. You would think that we're good, right? We're fine. Jotaro joins the fight and we're fine. But we're not. We're not. Because the thing that I think I didn't do a fantastic job of in my last discussion, which I thought about it throughout the week. But the thing that I didn't do a good job of in my last discussion is explaining just how powerful this stand is. Because from what we know, his stand, Sea Moon, is way stronger than Star Platinum or any stand that we've had so far, right? Reason being is because all the other busted stands have something to do with time. Star Platinum, the world, hell, even King Crimson. The thing about it is, though, is that time isn't as strong as gravity. Why I'm bringing this up is because it is after like thinking about that idea, after like last week's discussion, it clicked to me. It finally clicked to me that yeah, time is not stronger than gravity. And it never will be, and it just isn't, right? Somebody, I think it was not fried chicken that pointed this out, but time gets fucky in space, like the time dilation and stuff like that, right? And that's a crazy bar to point out, but it got me thinking. Gravity is primordial, just like Pucci said, right? Gravity is the most primordial thing in the fucking universe. It's like Emporio said in this episode, it's simply a cosmic rule. It's not a oh, this is just what happens on Earth. This is just what happens on Jupiter. No, this is a cosmic rule. Because if you think about it, right? If you think about it, time isn't a fucking thing. Time isn't a thing, right? Time is a measurement. It is a form of measurement. Time isn't actually a thing. What is actually a thing is the way things move throughout space. But the way that things move throughout space is all connected to gravity. So the way I look at it, right, is that if I take this mouse, right? I take this mouse and I drop it on the ground, right? Yes, you could measure how long it took for the mouse to fall fall from my hand to the ground, right? You absolutely could. You could be like, oh, it took 2 seconds, right? For the mouse to hit the ground. Okay, cool. But it's on that time only explains how long it took for something to hit the ground. It doesn't explain how that thing hit the ground. It's always going to be gravity. Gravity is the reason for everything. That's why it's so fucking, like, when it hit me, that how genius it was for Araki to instead to keep using time is to implement gravity into the show, because once again, time is not a fucking thing. If we're going to continue on this path of having characters, whether they're villainous or not, whether it's an antagonist or a protagonist, if we're going to continue to have characters have these insane world universe breaking powers, we can't rely on time to do that. We can't rely on a measurement. We can't rely on a measurement to do that, right? That's like if somebody had a ability that controlled centimeters. Who gives a fuck, right? Who gives a fuck, right? So while Jotaro is joining the fight and he can stop time, that's not going to stop Pucci. If anything, when Jotaro stops time, he won't be the only one moving. We're dealing with something that is primordial. It is genuinely, gravity is primordial. And I just did not give that idea enough respect in the last episode when Pucci was explaining it. So yes, I am excited. I am excited to see Jotaro again. I'm excited to see what type of plans he's going to cook up. You know, I'm really excited to see what that man is cooking. But it doesn't matter, because fundamentally, on a cosmic level, his stand ability is not strong, is not stronger than Pucci's. It's, if anything, his stand ability, what his stand manipulates, is only possible because of what Pucci's stand manipulates. It's so smart to shift from time and space and stuff over to gravity. It is, I never I just didn't really think about it fully until recently. Like, yeah, there is no time without gravity. There is nothing without it. It is one of the fundamental laws of not the world, of the universes, right? Any universe that you can think of, it will always be there. So in a way, right? In a way, and maybe I'm straying too far off of this episode. I probably am, but I have to get this out. In a way, the idea of gravity is Araki's new mode of transportation for the story. Once again, this is just so smart to do it like, it's so smart to do it like this, because of course, right? But yeah, it's Araki's new form of transportation for the story. Of course, we're not getting rid of stands. I've said this time and time again. There's no way they're getting rid of stands. But gravity is now the mode of transportation for that story, and like, as well as stands, right? It's just so smart. It's so smart. It's crazy how smart this show is, while being goofy as fuck as well. But let's actually get back into the episode. As I said, the fight was really well done. I really enjoyed that stuff. I also like the dialogue with Pucci and the rest. I like that Jolene wasn't actually able to hit Pucci, and it makes a lot of sense. Like, it clicked immediately when she tried to go for that punch, and it just bounced off of him. Because yeah, he's the center of all gravity. You can't, like, do you know how, if you could find the center of all gravity right now, there is no way you would even get close enough to fucking touch it. So the fact that Jolene's even close enough to swing at Pucci is a feat on itself. And that might be just more or less like anime stuff happening, and you know, JoJo stuff happening and stuff like that. You know, you don't really question it too much, but at the same time you do. But I like the added detail of them not being able to actually hit Pucci because he's the center of gravity. But inversely, it's the same thing for Pucci, or at least I would assume, because it didn't seem like punching anything like actually did damage. It just inverted the thing, right? That was the damage, right? So the fact that his stand is so powerful, that the stand itself has decided that it doesn't need to do any damage, nor does it need to incur any damage or anything like that, is insane. But it is just like a really cool detail that was added to it. The tension was really good in this episode. Even even being incorporated into the fight with the whole pulling of the string and tying it around, I was about to call her Josuke, Jolene's like, no, not around Jolene's, tying it around Sea Moon. I'm gonna have to get used to saying that, because I keep wanting to call him White Snake. But tying it around Sea Moon's neck and then having that, you know, pulled taut by Ansui falling, and also you, like, it's just really smart stuff happening. And even with with Jolene getting hit a couple times in like non-vital areas, and her just saying, well, I'll just sew it up, like, it's so much smart shit going on in this episode that I'm just genuinely impressed by this fight and the episode in general. But another thing that this episode did that I really liked, that we hit on a little bit, was adding in the military. Like I said, you don't really add the military in your shows or your series, because, or movie, whatever it is, because they're going to do something. Or at least you don't randomly add the military in because they're going to do something. You usually just add the military in to show how dire the situation is. You usually have to show the military getting dirted and stuff like that, and it's just a really good way to show the viewer, the reader, that it's serious, and it gives the problem a sense of scale. So really good idea there as well. But I guess we should actually get into the end of this episode, which is the craziest part, outside of like Jotaro coming back, which is Jolene should have died there. Jolene absolutely should have died there. Sea Moon hit her in the chest, inverted her heart, and she should be dead, right? But she's not. She's still alive. Somehow she's survived. Now, like I said, there are ways to get past things being inverted, and that's usually with a what do you call it, visual illusions, optical illusions, that's what I should say. Usually how you get past that in geometric terms or mathematical terms. I'm not the best at math or geometry or anything like that. But usually how you would get past the inverse of something, or how you would nullify the inverse of something, is by using an optical illusion that does not have an inverse, or is not what's the word, I forget the word. It's the word for like atoms when they're reflected onto a surface. I forget the word. I'm sorry. I haven't been in school for over a decade. Like, not counting college, I haven't been to school in so long. But back to the point. Usually how you get past that is having an inverse effect on the inverse effect, which is usually something that does not have an inverse. Things like things that are usually infinite, like in in Chainsaw Man, they had the eternity devil or something like that, and in the OP, or not the OP, the ED, it was shown as a staircase. I forget what that staircase is called. I'm sorry. Once again, I have not been in school or anything like that in so long, so forgive me for not knowing the names of these things. But usually, it was shown by like a staircase that goes up and down infinitely and stuff like that. And that's how you get past things that are inverse, by using things that aren't inverse. So it's plausible that Jolene survived by turning her body into that, since she has the strings and she can eat. We've seen her morph her body into needed shapes before with the string. It's very easy for it would be very easy for her to simply take the heart, or take the spot that was hit, say here, the heart. You just take the heart that was hit and inverse it into a what do you call it? What do you fucking call it? A band. I was about to call it a Morbius band. Mobius band. That's what it's called. It's not an optical illusion. It's a geometric shape that does not have an inverse or an inside out, because I might just put it up on the screen. I probably won't. But it's a geometric shape that does not have an inside or an outside. And since we know that Jolene can like change the shape of her body and parts of her body, she can easily just use that and turn her heart or whatever gets hit into that infinite staircase, or the Morbius band. Dear God, I haven't even seen Morbius. Mobius band. That would be a very simple solution. However, that is a stretch. Even that might be a stretch even for JoJo. In reality, she could have just fooled Poochie by like inversing her heart herself. Inversing her heart herself, by like when Poochie hit her, she could have created that hole in her chest like herself with the string, in which she had her, because like you could see her heart inversed outside of her back. So she most likely could have just inversed herself and then made it look like she was dead, so she could relocate and then attack Poochie from there. Unfortunately, Poochie can sense where Jolene is, so that's not exactly the best way to handle that situation. It's one of the only ways you can handle that situation. So we're getting into very, very mind-breaking territory. So it's hard to I'm sorry, but it's hard to explain this type of stuff because of the territory that we're in. It's one of those things. It's one of those things that you run the risk of when you get to a point in your show, in shows like this at least, in stories like this at least, when you get to a point where you're talking about things that aren't even truly solved on, like, in our world. Cause like we don't even know what the fuck gravity is in our, we don't know what time is in our world. Like we know it's a measurement, but we don't even know what time is in our world, right? So when you get to this point in your story, it is very easy for it's very easy for the, I was about to say artist, very easy for the, like, mangaka or storyteller, the writer, whatever, to actually lose sight of what's going on in their story, because we've hit that human wall that we can't actually give you, the storyteller can't actually give you an answer to it because they themselves don't know the answer to it. But JoJo has done a fantastic job of keeping the show and the story contained, even though we're hitting some topics that are very hard to talk about, even if it's a even if it's your own story, it's still very hard to talk about. So very good shit all throughout this episode. I really enjoyed this episode. Fuck it, Netflix killed itself. Oh, I can't. Come on. I can't. I gotta see the episode in front of me in order to, whatever. Point being, this episode was really, really well done. Jolene is I'm guessing chasing after Poochie, or she's relocated in order to find Poochie, or Poochie just comes to her. And we also have Ansubi, like, just zooming off to go fight as well. I'm glad that Emporio is staying there, because you need to just chill. Like, unfortunately, Emporio doesn't have any offensive capabilities outside of the fact that he has the stand, or does I was about to call her Morbius. Dear fucking God. Or does Jolene have it? I actually don't know. But I think Emporio has it. No, Jolene has it, because she was the last. I don't know. Either one of them have it, and if Emporio has it, then he probably should stay back, just as like a last. Like, if everything goes to shit, use the disc, right? Like, basically a break glass in case of an emergency type of thing. So it makes sense that he would stay behind. But I am really excited, like, after all the shit that I just talked about, like how Jotaro isn't actually going to be he's going to be help, but he isn't going to be enough help. I am really excited to see Jotaro again. I have not seen, it feels like forever since I've seen that guy, and I am itching to finally see what exactly Jotaro plans on doing once he enters the fight, because there isn't much. Unfortunately, there just isn't much that he can do. So really good episode, really good fight, really good story as always. I am, as always, impressed by how far this show is willing to go in its philosophies, but also just its what's going on in the show, because this is some crazy shit. The man's reversing gravity. What? Right? What? That's some crazy shit. But outside of all that, I was very excited to watch this episode. I'm glad to finally watch it. I probably will start binging this now that we're kind of towards the end, because I just can't wait anymore. So with all that being said, if you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, all the other stuff. If you're just a lurker, I appreciate you too. If you have any requests, whether it be more Jesus fucking Christ, more Stone Ocean or JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, something totally different, the best place to add in. As always, my social media links going to be in the description below. And if you want these episodes early, subscribe to my Patreon. Link's going to be in the description for that as well. We have the full-length reactions to these episodes on there, if you want to watch that. And we also have the Discord if you want to join that and talk more Stone Ocean or whatever we're watching on the channel, because we watch more than just JoJo here. So with all that being said, let me get my off button ready. There it is. You all stay amazing, stay safe, and take care of yourselves.